Hello my dear students, once again I welcome you all to your history online class. So again in today's online class we'll be focusing or we'll be doing the continuation part of your third chapter from your Indian history, that is known as Challenges to Indian Democracy from the year of 1964 to 1977. But in today's class we'll deal with 3.4 talking about the emergency, which mainly started on 25th of June 1975 and it got ended in the year of 1976. So in the emergency topic we will see that what were the criticism, what were the new kinds of movements were formed after the emergency was put down by the first lady Prime Minister of India known as Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and what kind of problem even she had to face with the Jaiprakash Narayan, as he stood as the main competitor against Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and lots of controversial actions, what kind of role that also made a clearly stated that later on Mrs. Indira Gandhi had to resign from the post from the Congress leadership. So let's start the class. So talking about the first known as JP guidance. JP, which stands as Jaiprakash Narayan, even I have told you in the previous class, Jaiprakash Narayan, who stood as one of the great leaders during those times, even getting lots of acknowledgement, getting lots of ideas, getting lots of popularment from the people, especially from the youth of Bihar, as he got like BCSS, Bihar Chhatra Sangharsh Samiti, like Lalu Prasad Yadav was being made as the president, but overall the credit, overall the leadership went in the hand of Jaiprakash Narayan, and we see that lots of organization was formed. What kind of organization? Like first talking about the Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, ABPP. So this was one of the most important like parishad with the organizations where they wanted to go against Mrs. Indira Gandhi, as she started becoming like a dictator with all her new kinds of laws and orders, and even the Samajwadi Yuvajan Sabha. So this was also a kind of organization formed by the leaders, by the students through those kinds of sources. And the third known as All India Student Federation, AISF, which also is still in today's day, where we see mainly in the colleges with the students federation, they also have got a unity. In case anything goes wrong, we should not be going in the college or to the student side. So definitely this kinds of organization stands to go against those kinds of either misrule, corruption, or any kinds of like a problem which could not be going on in the colleges. So talking about the next, that is known as nationwide emergency. So the word emergency mainly says, even in the last class I told you that it was mainly on 25th of June 1975 when for the first time the Congress had to face defeat in the elections and Mrs. Indira Gandhi had to implement the emergency. But after emergency was being put by her, the Allahabad High Court, they had to ban Indira Gandhi from the politics field for at least 6 years, but she did not want to get insult from the Allahabad High Court and she had to go towards the Supreme Court, the apex court. So talking about here that how the suspension of democratic, what kind of suspension was done in the democratic system during those era in the year of 1975, we will see about that. First, Rashtriya Sevak Sangha known as RSS, and then Communist Party of India, CPI. So this kind of political party also got linked with the other political parties so that at least they could stay away from the emergency that was being put into effect by Mrs. Indira Gandhi. So that became one of the most important factor for all those kinds of organization or any such kind of political parties, and then that stood as one of the main pillar going against the Congress political party. Next topic will focus on the criticism of emergency. So what were the criticism that was being put into effect by lots of leaders with their statement after the emergency was being put into effect on 25th June 1975. So first we talk about the criticism that there was a lot of abuse when emergency was done under the power of this Congress under Mrs. Indira Gandhi. So abuse, torture of detainees to all the political parties that could not be seen by the common Indian people, and this were also the main highlighting point of the criticism. Second, forced sterilization. How the emergency that also got existed and lots of Congress leader with those kinds of sources towards army, police officers, whatever they could do, they started doing all these kinds of medium which could also be a threat for the other political parties. Third, we talk about the destruction of slum area. So how the destruction of slum area also got into those points where the masjid which was located in Old Delhi during those times was also got damaged, and it also came under the slum area. So the next topic will focus on the Janta Party. So Janta Party means People's Party, people's own party, which was formed for the first time in India in 1977 on 21st of March. And even Janta Party, when it got into existence, they got lots of popularment, they got lots of famous through all sorts kinds of small regional parties also, because there was no other political party which could go against the Congress. So next we'll focus on the JP's guidance leadership, because this Janta Party, when it was formed in the year of 1977, we see the most important contribution, the effort or the role that was played by Jaiprakash Narayan. And the next topic we focus, that is known as the reasons for withdrawal of emergency. So what were the main reasons or the points which made the withdrawal of the emergency of 1975. So first point, we talk about the Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi, she was been described as a dictator of the world politics by not only Jaiprakash Narayan or not by any like other political party, but overall the small regional political party, they also started commenting, they also started giving those kinds of words to Mrs. Indira Gandhi as a dictator in world politics. Second, the Amnesty International. The Amnesty International also made clear that within 20 days of 25th of June of 1975, when it started the emergency for the first time in India, so they found that within 20 days 1,40,000 people were arrested, those who were involved in the emergency problem or with the emergency cases. And the third and the most interesting factor, that is known as the central government enacted a controversial law. What kind of controversial law? Talking about the maintenance of international security, MISA. So this was also one of the main working point done by the central government over those kinds of emergency that got existed in 1975, and ultimately the MISA, maintenance of international security, was been formed. And later on, with all those kinds of points, highlighting point, it made clear that it was time for Mrs. Indira Gandhi to resign from the post as a leader or any of the competitor to be elected for the next election time. So till then she got resignation, and later on we focus on different political parties. I hope this was overall the scenario or the summary wise of today's topic. I hope you have understood. Till then, stay safe. Thank you. God bless.